All right, one more thing I thought maybe I'd share with everybody was, so I got down to my student section of my trimester 2 final exam analysis, and I saw, this is unique for me. Usually it's many more students than this, but there's only 2 students that really have to get anything above passing third trimester to pass for the year. And so typically I've done a closed door tutoring session with, usually it's the 6 to 10 students that I have. This time it's only 2. I think I could be really effective with these 2 students and hopefully help them. I know it's a big stretch for them, but maybe I can help them get there, and if not, I'm at least helping them get better scores on their ACTs, and so maybe they'll be able to take summer school for math if they have to, and be better off when they get to their senior year. So I'm going to go ahead and try to, so I'm going to try to do a closed door tutoring session, but instead of just doing random tutoring, I really want to target it. And so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to this song. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go to, I want to do a general assessment report. So I'm going to go to Report Builder, General Assessment Report. Let's listen to some music while we're waiting. Yeah, right? So that's what you should be doing right now, is listen to some music. Just enjoying your time. Okay, so it came up. I'm going to choose my Algebra 2 final exam, and instead of going straight to render, I'm going to go to review. I want to show you a couple of steps that you may or may not be aware of. In review, you can go to, first of all, I'll go ahead and add SIS identifier. That's their student ID number. In case I decide to want to publish this list to them, I don't want to have everybody's name in there. I'd rather have their ID numbers in there. Here where it says column group by, I'm going to go ahead and change that to standard alignment, because then I want to see the standards, where these students significantly underperform the average. Down here in detailed view, instead of student response, I don't want an A, B, C, and D in all the questions. I would rather have the points earned so that I know whether they got the question right or wrong, not just what they put. So those are a few changes that I make. Now I'm going to render this report. And here we have a bunch of stuff, but I'm just going to go straight to exporting it to a CSV. That's going to be basically an Excel spreadsheet where I can play around with the data a lot more quickly. Okay, so here's my data, and it gets a little weird when it comes to the Excel spreadsheet. What I really want is, I don't really care about their performance on each question as much as I want their performance. For instance, there were 3 questions on the same standard here. So I'm really more concerned with their percentage in these little columns where it says PCT. That's going to be their percentage on the standard in what looks like row 3. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do a step here. I'm going to highlight column D, and then I'm going to go all the way to the end. And there I am all the way at the end. And now I'm going to go data, sort. I want to change options and sort left to right instead of the standard top to bottom. I'm going to sort by, I'm actually going to sort by row 6 first, and that's going to put everything that says PCT. It'll put all the Q's together, all the questions together, and then it'll put all the PCTs together. And the PCTs are more of what I'm interested in, so that's why I'm doing it by row 6. Then I'm actually going to add a level here, and at that point I want to search by well, let's see. I actually don't know which one I want to do that one by. I was thinking about percentage, like the average percentage, and so that's row 47, and so I'll do that. I'll go data sort by column. No, sorry, options, so that I can go left to right, and I'm going to sort by row 6, and then add a level, and by row 47. And so I'll say OK. And so now I've got all of these percentages here. And so then come the questions. I'm not going to specifically use the questions in this report because I've got the data on the standards. And so I'm going to go all the way to the right here. And I'm going to delete all those columns because I don't need them right now. I'm now going to hopefully try to expand these titles a little bit so I can tell what standard's what. Okay, and down don't worry about row 2. Row 2 is a little bit off center. Row 3 is the one you want here, so I'm going to delete row 2. And now I have all the standards and how the students did. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to get everybody else out of there except for the 2 students that actually am most concerned with. So there's one there, and let's see the other one there. This just gets rid of everything I don't need. Alright, so insert a couple rows here. I'm going to go ahead and take their average, the average of their 2, and I'm going to fill that formula all the way to the right. Okay, and then what I'm going to have is a little bit of a difference column here. So this is going to be difference between, well, I'm just going to put difference. I understand what it is. I want to take their average and subtract the average of the class. So their average was 7.69 below. This was a terrible standard, clearly. So we'll go all the way to the right. That was a challenge standard, actually, so that's why it was so low. Oh, too far. Okay. And so one last time, I'm going to sort again. This time I'm going to sort by that difference column. I want to know where did they fall the lowest behind the rest of the class. So sort, and this time it's by row 13. And I'm going to delete the next level. Delete that level. Okay. And so let's see. I'm going to go back to the beginning here. Make sure I did it right. I may have done something incorrectly. Let's see. So their average was 0. Put a little title on that. Their average was 0. The class average was 82 on M6.3. That's involving percentages. So that's someplace good for me to start. They apparently are struggling with percentages. The rest of the class is fine, so I won't be going over it with the class, but these 2 definitely need it for just A, life, and B, the ACT. So this kind of creates the list of the things I need to work with them on the most when we have these closed-door tutoring sessions. I'll also give them a chance to do some test corrections and make sure we're preparing for this week's material, this week's exams, but this is going to be supplementary to that, and really it'll give them a chance to get some credit and some boost in their score where I wouldn't otherwise address these specific standards because most students get it. But these 2 don't, and they need that help. And so now I know that. So hopefully this has helped you. I'm going to go ahead and file, save this. So hopefully this has helped you, figure out a way you could maybe target a few specific students on one tutoring day. I have to take an extra tutoring session just for them, but maybe it can be a lunch, or maybe it's just an hour after school on a day where it's not your normal tutoring day, and it might make a big difference to those students. So hopefully that helped you. Have a great day.